so Mr. Professional Barman here. What's your name?
John Wilson.
Okay, so how long have you been doing a professional career as like a barman or running in a pub?
It's been about 3 months now. Yeah. I got my professional barman licence, I think it was July, actually. Yeah, late July. It's just something I sort of fell into. You know, I spent quite a lot of time in pubs, drinking, as you do. So I thought to myself, well, I'll probably give this a go. You know, I think I can make a go of it. So I went on my professional barman drinking course, which was quite useful. They teach you how to pull a pint, because I only knew how to sort of down a pint. But yeah, they teach you how to pull a pint, which is really good. That takes about 14 hours, that process. So you have to keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling till eventually you've got it. You've got to be able to pull the pint in exactly 3.5 seconds. That's lager. Ale, they give you 18 seconds to pull it. So it took quite a long time perfecting it. So yeah, I was quite pleased when eventually that happened. Also, you've got to be able to do other things as well. You've got to be able to dish out peanuts, which sort of have people's urine on them. So that's another thing. It took a little while, but eventually I got that skill. You've then also got to be able to make sure that when you're a professional barman, that you get the rights to be able to play Sky Sports and BT Sports and all of those things. But the crucial thing is you've got to make sure that you never ever put the commentary on until about 3 seconds before the match, because for some reason you always think to yourself, oh yeah, actually I would quite, I can imagine that these people who've come here to watch the football, they wouldn't in any way like to hear what people have to say before the match. We just want to hear exactly 3 seconds to go, put the commentary on, and then as soon as half time comes, turn the commentary off, back on for the kick-off, and then back off immediately after the kick-off, so you never get to hear any of the interviews afterwards. It's quite a skill, and I think people definitely appreciate that.
And what hygiene is your restaurant or bar in this place?
Bar as it is. We've actually got the 5 stars out of 18 as it is, so it's not particularly hygienic actually. We've got to work on it a bit more. If you go down to 4 stars, you actually get your licence revoked, so you're not allowed to continue to serve urine-scented peanuts. And ales that are pulled in 18 seconds and lagers that are pulled in 3.5 seconds. But yeah, we're close. It's touch and go, but we're on 5. But so we can still continue to serve ale and other drinks.
That's like 5 out of 18.
It is 5 out of 18. I know you'd think it's not particularly impressive, but the kind of people we get at our bar, they're not very hygienic. A lot of them, when they sit at the bar, they drink their ales, but they also do this. I know. So we actually got 7 points knocked off because we had those type of customers. But it's the recession. We're desperate for money. So we also occasionally get people who, when they come back from the toilet, they sit down at the bar. But before they sit down at the bar, they do this. No one really appreciates that, but we can't kick these people out because they're our regulars.
Oh, so it's not like a hygienic place then?
I don't know why I'm laughing, but no, it's not hygienic. I'm hygienic. I apply antiperspirant at least once a week. Normally Saturdays.
Once a week?
Yeah, that's a sort of quite good level of hygiene, isn't it? No? How often do you apply antiperspirant?
Every day.
That's unhygienic.
Anyway, and so it's not like a posh restaurant then? 5
stars out of 18 for hygiene. It ain't posh, brother.
And so do you get any tramps in your bar or anything like that?
We have. Well, we don't get tramps. We have one tramp. He comes in every Thursday. His name's Brian. He's quite a nice fellow, actually, to be honest. It's just a shame that he's a tramp. He's, it's good. Brian's his name. I've never really got his surname. He's not prepared to reveal that, unfortunately.
And,
but his first name's Brian. Got his middle name, though. But,
and,
can't tell you that. For legal reasons.
And
Brian something. That's how most people refer to him. Yeah. Or the guy that smells of urine. A bit offensive, actually. Technically true, but basically offensive.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but so.
Yeah, he's got feelings. Yeah.
How? What rating is your food? Like, is it nice food? Like, you can actually eat a bowl of chips? Is it nice there?
I mean, I wouldn't. Like I mentioned, I'm hygienic, hence the antiperspirant once a week. I wouldn't eat the chips, to be honest. You know, when you think of chips, you think to yourself, well, what are good chips? Good chips are KFC. You know, they're very good chips. What are not so good chips? Well, you know, it's the McDonald's ones, isn't it? So, you know, they're not as good as McDonald's. If they're thin cut ones, they're not chunky. And also, we don't believe in salt, so we don't let people put salt on them.
Oh, so like you are discrimination salt.
That's right. Yeah, we don't like salt.
Oh, and so, how good is your beer there?
It's
Because that's the key thing. It's a pub.
yeah. I did admit we've got one ale, but we mainly sell lager because the kind of people we attract are basically tramps called Brian, or people who don't really have any standards. So they're the people who normally drink lager.
Oh, and so
Like me.
So does your boss approve of this, or are you the boss?
I'm the boss. Yeah.
So do you approve of your actions?
I mean, I think there's some sort of moral issues with it, but ultimately it's probably fine because I managed to make quite a lot of money out of them. Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm doing quite well for myself.
Is there any fights there?
We used to have fights about 4 times per night, but it got quite frustrating because we didn't know what time it was going to happen. So some people would come in, occasionally sit down to have some inadequate chips, and then a fight would happen. Now that doesn't help us because it means nobody actually returns, because they think, oh, this is the kind of place where there's just fights going on. So what we've decided to do is, rather than have 4 fights per night, we've actually gone with the system of advertising just 2 fights per night. So the people who like to fight at random times throughout the night, we've just said to them, look guys, you're welcome to come, but can we just say that the fighting just happens at 8:45 and 9:30, and they're happy with that. So everybody else, if they want to see the fight, they come in 8:44, great, there's a fight. 9:29, great, there's another fight. Or they just come in after 9:30.
Oh, and so do you have any snooker tables there, like TVs?
We have a snooker table because then the people who like to fight at those particular times, 8:45, 9:30, see our adverts online. They like the snooker tables, not because they like snooker, but they use the billboard cues to fight. Just went slightly out of frame there. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, and
Also, the chalk's useful. It's for the people who don't, who like the idea of salt. I haven't really thought that one through. Sorry.
And so Brian, does he have any friends?
He's got 13 friends actually.
And they both smell of urine?
No, they're all bankers in the city. Actually, yeah, they sort of took pity on him. He thinks they're his friends, but the reality is they just pretend that they're friends with him to make themselves feel better about themselves while they're ripping off the rest of the country.
Oh, so basically he just smells like urine when he comes into your 5-star out of 18.
Yeah, that's important, that part. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he does. Maybe he's actually a banker who dresses up as a tramp and, his real name's not actually Brian. But, that's how we know and love him.
Oh, and one more question.
Good.
Do you have like a back garden? Like, do you allow dogs in there so they can poo all over the place and basically have a party?
We do,
really?
But we say to the owners, these dogs are allowed in, but no pooing. And that's our philosophy. We've actually got it on the door. Fights 8:45, 9:30, chips, no salt. Brian, you know him, and dogs, but none of that thing that nobody likes.
Okay.
That's what the sign on the door says.
So that's good then, is it?
Well, it seems to work. Like I said, I'm a rich guy.
Okay, thank you for interviewing.